Good afternoon, all. I'm currently looking for sells on the dollar. I'll show you why on DXY. Like we have a bearish sentiment. We are looking for price to push up into OTE and then come back down. We did see a displacement, however, taking out the swing low. So this retracement could be the potential starting point of a push to the downside. When we're taking this ideologies, oh yeah, I'll get to that in a second. When we take these ideologies into currency pairs, you can see DXY or rather USD CAD, we're bearish with the low lows, low highs, or low highs, low lows. So then we draw a fib retracement from this high to this low, which is the displacement itself. And you can see that prices come up to OTE. We have a order block over here, which is marked by this area. And then we set stop loss above, maybe add like a couple of pips, and then our target will be down here. So this is like a very aggressive move. It's in line with the bias of the bearish sentiment, but it still would require obviously some caution in your risk. Okay, so we can put this much. Target this low right here. This is like just a bit after the New York Open. We had London range here. So this is a swing high in the New York range, swing low of the ultimate low, which is our target. And it technically did sweep this, which could also make sense for why it pushed back as a retracement. But we're overall going to always go back the ideas from the larger time frames because we think they are stronger. And set an alert as price approaches TP. There's no point in me, if price reverses and takes us out, we've lost the trade. There's nothing for us to do here. Have a look at DXY. Oh. So the reason also why we could sell here as well is that we're currently in the middle of a fair value gap. Now within a fair value gap, it can be sometimes the midpoint. So draw a midpoint here. It could be the midpoint that it rejects from. It could be the low from over here it rejects from. It could be it fully fills it. It's a bit difficult to know ahead of time. But one of the things that we could do to anticipate it, the reversal within the fair value gap, is when price displaces like such, and then we get in on the retracement. It could also be a fake out. We acknowledge that. But when you have the underlying tones of both markets being bearish, it's I'd rather enter multiple times in the direction that I'm biased to. Mamoon, hello my guy, how are you doing? I do remember you. Yes, you was in one of my streams when I was doing the face cam. So I didn't look at chat. I have both my monitors kind of busy, but this is our trade that we're taking for today. Targeting previous lows over here, and then just gonna let it go. Now, if it hits stop loss, we just wait and go again. That's why it's important to have risk management, because I like to be able to enter into trades multiple times. So we account for that in our risk. So just to go over why we entered this, on the daily time frame on the DXY, which is the dollar index. The dollar index is the dollar pair against a pool of currency. So it's against everything else, basically. And we have a general underlying tone of it being bearish. Why are we bearish? Well, for one, me show you what I'm talking about. We have a high over here, high over here. What's this? A lower high. We also have a low here. So we can see here we're bullish at one point. Whilst those two swing lows and highs are intact, we're going to remain bullish. But what happens here? We had a failed high, but it's not a failed high until we break this low. We displaced taking out that low. There's one thing to take out a low or a high, but doing so with displacement is very key. It shows the institution are involved. Bro, I cleared my two-step funding pips account and they blocked my KYC because I accidentally did KYC again on the second account. Or the authentication. You should be able to try talk to support. I'm not familiar with what's the name of the funded account. I mean, what's the name of the prop firm? From my personal experience, I've realized just go FTMO. It's more expensive, but they're just so reliable. And every time I've tried a new like for funding account or prop firm rather, they always like there's always something that goes wrong. Like I did MyForex funds, I did True Forex funds, both of them shut down, lost money with both of them. Prop firm's called Funding Pips. Fair enough. I've not heard of them before. But well done though. At least you passed your second account. That means that you have a skill that's worth investing in because not many people can even do that. I promise you, I've had friends who can trade, who have traded for years and they can never pass even one step in the Forex funded account. Bro, I don't have any money to back out. I hear you. Save up. Just keep saving up. It's expensive. I'm doing the same thing right now. I'm saving up. I'm gonna buy one in October. And then, but I'm telling you now, if you don't buy one until you're very, very confident. But once you're confident, you can start investing slowly into prop firms because there's going to be a lot of new emotions. You know, when you're seeing big numbers like 100,000, 200,000, it's different to trading whatever you were trading before. So you always want to go for the smallest one, and your next goal is just to get a payout. I gain confidence for passing accounts, but not having any money to actually buy an account. Yeah, that comes a time. You just gotta save up, keep practicing, and make sure that it's not just a one-time thing. Is there any way to get an account by earning? What do you mean? Well, there's like some new prop firms. They have like very low entry buy-ins where it will cost cheap. It'll be very cheap, or they would have it where you I don't think there's any free ones where you can just keep proving yourself after multiple stages. But there's some cheap ones out there. You just have to do research and accept that risk if they're not a well established firm. But honestly, just keep trading. Like I would prioritize trading on like a small amount, $100, $1,000, and just risk 1%, and just do that for a year, grow it, and then with your profits, you can use that to buy a funded account. Obviously, if it's less, you gotta wait longer, but it's just the way of life. If you're a student, you're fine. Just focus on your studies, trade on the side, and then once you graduate, then you can spend more time doing what you need to do. That's my advice to you. So this was a scalp I was in earlier, and it was very short term, but I was very confident in going in my direction. Now, the reason why I entered this one is I was actually originally looking at it for sales because we just took out liquidity. And normally after you take buy side, you tend to move to the downside. But every time there's a move, there has to be a goal, right? And if you look at this pair over the daily time frame, it's very bullish. It's just constantly going up and up and up. So to be selling against this is just silly, right? Not silly, but it's very risky. And for me, it's silly because it's against my trading plan, right? Obviously, there's some people that are good at it, not me. So with the retracements, they are, for me, places to buy. Now, the difficulty in trading is knowing where it's retracing to and when it's gonna reverse, right? Because if we all knew that, we would all be rich. Now, when it took liquidity, it's the perfect time for it to take liquidity to then take it to an entry. Now, it took it to this fair value gap here. This is the only fair value gap. I drew a fib retracement from the low to the high. At the time, it was over here. So I drew a fib retracement. And in the OTE, there was no fair value gap. There's no like key areas I was interested to buy from. But I saw this being the earliest fair value gap, and it was close to this 0.5 level here. So I was like, you know what, let me buy this error. Obviously, with me entering the digits and whatnot, I ended up getting in here. And then I targeted old highs, which was a 1 to 2. I was going to hold a bit further, but I was like, I don't have a goal beyond there. Bro, I don't have capital right now. I am trying, but I can't. Can you please buy me a funded account? I personally don't buy people funded accounts. I do have a plan in the future where if you prove to me that you can trade over a certain amount of time, I would invest in the person's funded account. But that's in the future. Right now, I'm only personally trading on my own funded accounts and accounts. Currently, I'm trading the personal account, and then from here on, I will be from August. No, not August. From October, I'll be potentially moving on to. I'll be moving on to funded accounts again. How can I prove to you? Well, there's no point in proving me right now. I don't have the capital to invest in other people's accounts. I can only invest on my own. But yeah, follow my Instagram and just show me your trades. Well, to prove to me, I would have to give you an account and then monitor you for a while. But you can still show me your trades though. My Instagram is in the description, or hold on, I'll just show you. This is my Instagram here. Check on the trade. Okay, so this one is approaching TP right now. Now the option I have is to either close all my trades here, which is a 1 to 2.6 risk reward ratio, or to close half and then let it carry on. Now the only way I'll carry on is if I believe price will go even lower, and this will be the target over here because it's the daily low. So I think we're very bearish. There is a good case for price reaching all the way down here. I'll most likely close at least half and then set the rest to break even. Okay. So yeah, 2 wins for today, well, potentially. And I will call it quits. Not because there is no other opportunities, but when I've won 2 trades today. One is a potentially a 1 to 2.6. The other one was a 1 to 2. That's good enough for me. That would be equivalent of a 1 to was that equivalent to 1 to 6 for the day, and then we'll go again tomorrow. Check your DMs. Yeah, I will check it in a bit. I'll check it off stream. But yeah, I'm gonna end stream now because this is just gonna be me watching price, which is no point. So keep updated. My Telegram, I will update my trades here. If I'm not streaming this as well, I'll be posting my trades. And for now, I'm just gonna wait for this to hit TP. Well, first TP, and then I'm gonna target the daily low. But I've set an alert so I can come back and check when it gets close to my first take profit. That's literally it for today. 2 trades, nothing crazy. We're bearish on the dollar, and that's what's funded our ideas for the buy here and the sell here. And it's very short trades, 13 pips here and 5 pips here, so 18 pips for the day, and then we'll continue tomorrow. So maybe we'll see you at C, and I'll catch you guys in a bit. I'll check in a bit, Manu. I'll check in a bit. Peace.